Welcome to the Primitive Lifeways channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a Western Shoshone style deadfall trap. So stick around, I'll be right back with you. Alright folks, so I want to welcome you back. As you can see, our trap is live, it's set and ready to go. Before I show you how to construct one of these deadfall traps, I want to go over its components and show you how it releases. So of course we have our traps set around animal signs and activity. We have our trapping stone, our post stick setting on top of a rounded stone. Now this rounded stone is the key to this trap. It makes it much more sensitive and it makes it much more faster upon release. So attached to our post stick we have natural vegetable fiber with a little treat lashed onto the end here. In this case, I'm using a bit of roasted acorn. So in hopes our animal comes in, he grabs a hold of the acorn and starts tugging. Once he starts tugging, you'll see the post stick will kick itself out and the stone will come down. Just like that. Again, it's very, very sensitive. So now I want to show you how to construct this trap and set it up. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just carve out my post stick. So I'm just going to create 2 points, one on each end. This helps tremendously with the sensitivity of this trap. Then we'll do the same thing up here. Remove some of those little knuckles. And that should be good. So you can see what we have, our 2 ends, and then we'll figure which one is going to sit on that base rock and then what end is going to support our stone. So this one will go on the base, and then I just take my knife and I'll score around the wood for our string to bite down on. So I'll score 2 different spots. And then I'll remove that center. And once that's complete, we can move over to our string. So I'll go ahead and just quickly finish this up. So you can see how that looks. Now I'll just take my hemp cord and I'll create a knot here. Just like that. And then we'll follow this down and we'll lash this acorn onto the string. And I usually keep it fairly short. So about right there. We'll go ahead and do that and I'll be right back with you. So here's our trap. We have our post stick with our line attached, our bait at the end, and then we have our 2 rounded rocks. The best place to find round rocks out here is in creek beds or round creek beds. And then the bait, we have a lot of scrub oak and live oak around here. We got a pretty good yield this year. So that's what I decided to use. So when setting this up, it can be a bit complex just because of how sensitive this trap can be. We'll take our rounded stone with our trapping stone and meet that up. That should be good right there. We'll place our post stick on the top. And that should be good. I usually give it a minute. Make sure it's not going to move or fall down. Just kind of monitor it a bit. So again, the goal is to have an animal come in here. He starts to pull on that little treat. When he pulls, not a lot of pressure at all. That stone falls down and yet again crushes him. All right, folks, so that's just about going to wrap this one up. You know, again, this is one of those traps that has worked for past people. It's very simple to use as long as we have a little bit of knowledge and know-how and try as best as we can to get in that animal's mindset. So with that, I do appreciate you joining me for this video. I'm Jeff with PrimitiveLifeways.com. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.